Okay.
All right, so let's run. So we have 2 more to round up this unit 1 of chapter 2. So looking at the regulation, the professional regulation, looking at the need for regulation of audit and assurance services. So we're looking at the second to the last, which is professional regulation. Now, talking about professional regulation, auditors are required to carry out audits according to professional standards. That's the international standards of auditing. So previously, we had the Nigerian standards on auditing that regulated the audit space in Nigeria before the coming of ISAs. So some assurance work covered by the professional standard. Some of them, although this development are less guided and the guidance are limited. So some assurance work are covered by some standards and some are based on judgment, and the guidance are really less available. So what auditors do in those situations are their professional judgment they use where the standards don't cover those particular areas of assurance work. So in many cases, guidance given in auditing standards can be adapted for use in assurance services where there is no specific guidance for that services or for that service. So what they do is, where there is no specific guidance, like I said, your professional judgment matters since we operate in the principle-based environment. The IFRS and the UK-based framework operates more with principle-based, unlike the US regulatory gap that looks at rule-based. So in many cases, guidance given in auditing standards can be adapted for use in assurance services where there is no specific guidance for that service. So we use our judgment, and an assurance provision goes increasingly global. The harmonization of such professional guidance has become very necessary. So most of the assurance provisions are becoming increasingly global and they align with different jurisdictions. So harmonizing it is very essential, and that helps have one uniform or a united standard globally so that it will form a base and a benchmark for everybody to follow. Very, very important. So the professional regulation is a very short section looking at the need for audit and assurance services. So in summary, we're looking at how the assurance services that are not covered by standards, judgments are used to regulate or provide the service, whether it's assurance or non-assurance engagement, to help auditors in the audit space do their job seamlessly. Okay, so with this short, we had a very short section. Let's carry out our quiz now quickly. Number one, which of the following?
What did we do just now?
Yes, so we just talked about professional regulation, and I like it. It's even so short. I like it. Yeah, so it's a very good one. I like it. Any long session like that will make you talk and talk and talk. So I prefer these short ones to even make you remember self. So let's do our quiz sharp.
Okay.
Yes, so which of the following standards are auditors required to follow when carrying out audits? Number one, Nigerian standards on auditing. Number two, international standards on auditing. Number three, general accounting standards. And number four, financial reporting standards. C.
B.
Okay, B. Okay, all right, we'll see. Number two, what is the primary purpose of provisional standards like ISAs in auditing? What is the primary purpose of professional standards like international standards?
You always give you ask the objectives are always so evident. You know, the answers are always so clear.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
So clear.
All right, that's good. To ensure consistency and quality in audit practice. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. And number three, assurance services that are specifically covered by professional standards may rely on what? Guidance provided by financial analysts, specific guidance from tax authority, Auditing standards adapted for use in assurance services. All right. You're laughing. When we get to the answer now, I hope that's correct.
It's correct now.
Okay, all right. C, your pick C. Let's see. Number 4. Why is the harmonization of professional guidance for assurance services necessary? A, to make audits more expensive. B, to maintain consistency in global assurance practice. To decrease competition among auditors. To reduce the number of audits conducted.
B.
B, okay. 4, that's good. And finally, which of the following best describes the current development of professional standards for assurance work? A, assurance work is fully covered by professional standards. B, assurance work is an emerging area with limited guidance. C, professional standards for assurance are outdated. D, assurance work is primarily focused on financial reporting.
A.
A, okay. Assurance work is fully covered by professional standards. All right. So let's go. Let's see if she got 5/5. Number 1, B. Okay, which of the following standards are auditors required to follow? B. Okay, got it. No need to look at the correct answer. Number 2, she was already laughing to B, to ensure consistency. Okay, nice one. Number 3, C. You also got it. Auditing standards adapted for use. It's because this session is short. That is why you grasp the concept sharp. Number 4, B, yeah, you got it. To maintain consistency in global assurance.
Even if you have not gone through the session, I have known the answer because this is evident. There is no trick behind it. Yeah, really? The objectives you gave were obviously not the answers. Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's good. Following the which of the following describe? Okay, assurance. You failed this one.
Wait, I failed this one.
Yes.
Number 4 is B, Abi.
Yes, number 4 is B, to maintain. You got this one, but number 5, you chose. What did you even choose? A. Did you write it? Yes, you chose A, assurance work. So you are still 80%. As easy as it is.
Assurance, wait, what is B? What is the assurance work is an emerging area with limited guidance?
Yes. Yes. They said which of the following best describes the current development of professional standards for assurance work?
I did read it.
About it. Yes, you did read it. You know, we spoke about it in the last paragraph. Yeah. We spoke about it in the last paragraph, talking about your judgment. So assurance work is an emerging area with limited guidance. So judgment and is still developing. So it's less compared to audit work. Yeah. So at least you know the answer now. Okay, 4/5, 80% is still good. If you get 80/100 in AAA, that's a good score. Very good. Okay, so the last one on Unit 1, harmonization of the accounting and auditing profession. Okay, did I even share a case? I didn't even share a case on this professional regulation. I needed to share a case. I was running to the quiz. I couldn't wait for the quiz. Let me share a case now. There's a case on professional regulation that resonates practically with this. Because it's good you have those cases that will help you understand the theory or the study text practically. So the reason for regulation, there's one case in 2016 between Stanbic IBTC and the FRCN, where Stanbic IBTC was fined 1 billion naira for accounting. I'm telling you, very big money. Even though they didn't pay, the court ruled in their favor, but then FRCN fined them for accounting irregularities related to non-disclosure of certain expenses in their financial statements between, I think, a 2-year period, 2013 and 2014. The auditors, KPMG, I'm telling you, the auditors, KPMG, also, no, they didn't pay that amount. They were also sanctioned. No, they didn't pay amount. I think the court ruled that case in their favor, saying, what did the even court say? But even the auditors were sanctioned for failure to comply with professional standards. So the regulation, the professional regulation, FRCN was just trying to enforce, though they even suspended the engagement partner over misconduct too. What were they trying to emphasize? They were trying to emphasize the need for strict enforcement of professional regulations under CAMA and IFRS to strengthen regulatory oversight over financial disclosures and auditor accountability. So the court ruled in their favor and said most of those disclosures were based on best practices because they went to court. And I think they won. They didn't pay that fine. But then the lesson to learn is just to ensure that professional regulations are kept. If you also look at that global case we've spoken about, Wirecard and EY, that collapse in 2020, we spoke about that case where about 1.9 billion euros was missing in the financial statements. If you remember that global case we spoke about? Yes. So EY audited them for about a decade, and they failed to detect these issues, fraudulent transactions and falsified bank balances. So the regulatory actions in that case and the impact was that Germany and their own FRCN is BaFin, their financial reporting enforcement panel, was transferring the oversight, or that provides that oversight, now made it mandatory for auditors to be rotated, and also introduce this to prevent this long-term auditor-client relationship that could impair independence. So it also increased legal liabilities for auditors to enhance professional skepticism and accountability. So auditors are liable when issues like this come up with fines, and they even suspend the engagement partner. And you see that key takeaways and best practice from that Wirecard case is stronger oversight of audit firms to ensure that regulatory bodies like BaFin, FRCN in Nigeria ensure they comply with strict ethical and professional standards. So these are the lessons. Also mandatory rotation, not to make auditors stay for long. At least after 10 years, they move to another audit to avoid familiarity threats and promote independence in auditing. Then tougher sanctions for non-compliance with professional regulations. So like we spoke about, imposing fines, suspensions, and legal consequences to ensure audit integrity. I remember that case. So that Stanbic IBTC and the FRCN is one. Even though Stanbic IBTC and the KPMG, they won, but they suspended the engagement partner on that case. So it's very important that professional regulations are adhered to. It's very key. It will at least prevent all this corporate collapse. Okay, so let's look at the last one, harmonization of accountancy and audit profession. So we have the International Federation of Accountants that regulates the body for the profession. So IFAC is the principal model across countries that regulates the profession, but each country have their own regulatory regime for auditing. So like Nigeria, we have ICAN, and the UK you have ICAW, CIMA. So each country has their own under the umbrella of IFAC, which may not necessarily apply the same principles of audit behavior as those used by IFAC. So, please.
So what does IFAC?
Okay, International Federation of Accountants. So that's the umbrella body that regulates all the accountancy bodies globally.
Oh. Regulates ACCA,
Yeah, exactly. ACA, ICAN.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. ICAN, ICAW, CIMA, all those bodies. So the IFAC is the international umbrella where these bodies are domiciled. So each body may not apply the same principles of auditing as used by IFAC, but they have their specifics based on the country and their jurisdiction. So the same arguments that have been made in favor of the universal adoption of international accounting standards can also be made in respect of other regulatory aspects of the auditing and accounting profession. So the arguments concerning the universal adoption of accounting standards also applies here graphically. They also want to make the ISAs globally the same standards to be recognized, which currently is in place, and the auditing profession is being operated under the ISAs, which is very important to have one uniform standard for all jurisdictions. And the advantage of such adoption of the global auditing standards should improve the efficiency of the audit process for multinational companies, and will also improve transparency in audit reporting. So that's one of the advantages of adopting one global standards like we have for IFRS. So ISAs, as they keep being accepted across the globe, it will enhance efficiency in the audit process. Multinationals will improve transparency in audit reporting. And the disadvantages include the problem of getting international agreements on auditing practices and the need for many countries to change their local law to bring it in line with the agreed international practice. So one of the disadvantages is the unacceptance, the need for many countries to change their local law, and maybe a resistance to the international practice, which of course is the first response from most of those countries. But then when they see the advantages, they will embrace it in line with the agreed international practice. It's good to have a uniform law globally that helps benchmark these standards and its application. Very important. So a number of initiatives are taken to harmonize the regulation of the auditing profession internationally. And this includes audit of listed companies under European Union should now be in accordance with ISA. So all countries and companies that are listed, public listed companies under their respective Securities and Exchange or stock market bodies, have adopted international standards on auditing. So that's a way of ensuring compliance with some very big listed companies in Europe. It moves also to establish formal statute-based corporate governance regimes such as Sarbanes-Oxley in the US is also a move to help harmonize this auditing profession. So the US GAAP tend to be different from the UK, the UK's IFRS or the UK's jurisdiction, but the move is almost the same to harmonize in each country or each region. The US, they always try to have their own specifics, and it tends to be more stricter than the UK. Now, the development of national regulatory models for the profession headed by a single unified body, the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, is envisaged to play this unifying role in Nigeria. So in Nigeria, the FRCN is also trying to align to ensure that ISAs are adopted across Nigeria, especially publicly listed companies, PLCs, government-owned entities, public interest entities. The government is really, the FRCN is really helping to unify this rule and the adoption of those ISAs in companies. I know your company uses ISAs for their audits. Even we too, our external auditors. Which Big Four do you use in your company?
I've forgotten the name.
Okay, you don't know, you've forgotten the name of the auditors.
No, they are with me on the third floor. You know, they are with me there.
Oh, okay.
They are auditing our books right now. And
okay, so let me call the Big Four now. Yes,
it's one of the Big Four.
I know it will be Big Four. I know it will be Big Four. Total will not use anybody if not Big Four. I definitely know that. So maybe it's KPMG. Deloitte, PwC, or EY.
Name the other one. It's not. Come again.
Okay, so there's KPMG, there's Deloitte, there's EY, and there's PwC.
Oh, wow. How can I try?
I guess it's network. Can you hear me?
Let me just make. Shame.
So your network is glitching. You are breaking.
I can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I was saying there's Deloitte, there's KPMG.
Is it okay now?
Yes, you are okay now. I can hear you now.
Okay, I was trying to make a call with WhatsApp. I'm trying to call one of our colleagues that's on the third floor. I don't know how come I just forgotten it. It's not big deal. Let me even call one of them. Let me call one of them. I collected her number. Christiana.
Oh, okay.
Christian.
Okay. Timothy, you're welcome to the call. You came late. Hello,
I remember,
Christina.
Sha.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm even currently still on my way home. I've not gotten
Okay.
home. So I'm on the road. I'm on transit actually. I just had to.
Join with your phone. Hey, yeah, that's nice. All right, safe trip home. So please, I'm sure it's that KPMG you talked
Sure. Whatever. So I'll find out that. I'm sure it's
No problem.
No, KPMG was the last one we had. It was KPMG that was the last one.
Okay, they've rotated, they've changed them.
Yeah, they've changed them. Yes. KPMG is the last one.
Oh,
But I know
okay.
there's one handling our whistleblowing channels. So
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like that. So, talking about the financial reporting, they try to align and make sure these ISAs are adopted fully in Nigeria, which is good. We also have the Securities and Exchange Commission in the US, which is a long established example of a unified body. We also have Security and Exchange Commission in Nigeria. So in the UK, yes. We also have in the UK the Financial Reporting Council, also, which has a unified role.
you're breaking, sir.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the Security and Exchange Commission. Am I clear now?
Yeah, sir. Yes.
Okay. It's network. The network is a bit bad. So I was talking about the SEC in the US, a long-standing or long-established example of a unified body. We have the Financial Reporting Council in the UK, also have a unified role, and this is what they do. They set accounting standards, they set auditing standards, they enforce compliance and monitoring also of those standards. We also have the body in Nigeria that they also
use them.
No, we don't use them. That's for the UK. We have our own. We have the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. So their own Financial Reporting Council oversees the regulation of professional bodies like ACCA, ICAW. Then ours in Nigeria, our own Financial Reporting Council also oversees ICAN. So these bodies help to regulate and harmonize the accounting and auditing profession. So it has been suggested that stricter regulation from external authorities such as SEC in Nigeria, SEC in the US, FRC in Nigeria, and FRC in the UK is needed to balance the increasing global power of the big four professional accounting firms. Exactly. So if you look at the SEC in Nigeria, SEC in the US, FRC and in the UK, they help to balance the powers because these big fours regulate and they audit most of the big companies where comes a chunk of their revenue. So these bodies, if they don't put in check most of these big four and even some of the big fives, there are some big five like Grant Thornton and some other firms like that. They need to check them to ensure that the quality of their audits comes out clean most of the time and without any hiccups or corporate collapse. So it's very important that these regulatory bodies harmonize and also check the accountancy profession and the auditing space also. Very important. It's needed because balance.
It's PwC.
Oh, it's PwC. And those are the same
PwC.
guys. Oh, okay, fantastic. Same here too. We are still using PwC up to now in my office.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
PwC. Because we're using KPMG, so.
Okay. How many years did they work? Did they audit you people before leaving? Is it up to 5 years?
And maybe it's up to that. PwC. I mean, KPMG. They were for a while. Maybe like I remember 3 to 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because we change them regularly. We change them.
Yes, it's good. It's good to retain them 4 to 5 years. Max 5 years, you move to another firm. It's good to avoid familiarity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be it for harmonization. Then let me remember a case that resonates with this harmonization before. It's not really a case, but the adoption of IFRS in Nigeria in 2012. You know, in
I don't
2012.
understand. For me, I feel it's a waste of how like the people that are really auditing are small boys and girls. Honest.
Exactly.
Small boys and girls.
Even here too. Exactly. So they report to maybe a partner or somebody higher.
I don't understand why they're calling them big four. Yet it's maybe they report to other people, agree, but they are only small boys and girls. Okay, what is all this nonsense? Maybe they are sound, yes, but man.
It's true. Even our side here too, most of them are
small
very
boys and girls everywhere.
It's true. Even here too, that's how it is. Very young guys, and they actually collate most of those things and report to somebody, and those people issue out their opinions or the audit report.
Yes.
So that's what they do.
I think so too.
Exactly.
But you know, their information can also be affected.
Exactly.
Because if they sense fraud, they can be bribed now. They are young people now.
Yeah.
They can be bribed. They can cover it. Yeah, they are young. But, they can. Right now, they are still young. They don't have any standard. They have not defined themselves properly. They are still young, molding themselves, molding their careers.
That's
true.
And
if someone gives them a huge amount of money, you think they will talk? And you now threaten them. You think they will do whatever you say, Jerry?
That's a big risk. That's a big risk. That's a way.
So I don't even think those small kids, they are too young.
Yeah.
Too young to be auditing such a big corporation.
Exactly. And that's the risk. That's the risk that they have to manage very, very judiciously, because once you are able
they can easily be manipulated.
Once you are able to bribe
they are young, they can easily be
manipulated. Yeah. I understand. So they really need to look at the risk of using those guys, and I'm sure at that level of the engagement, they will have looked at the risk and the reporting, because most of the times they return back their work. You will just see that they've agreed on something and they'll send back the work to say this is not correct. This is so somebody is actually checking them. So I'm sure somebody is checking them. Exactly. All right. So looking at the adoption of IFRS in Nigeria in 2012, there's a mix of national accounting standard. We had this SAS that time, Statement of Accounting Standards. That was that was the standards we used to regulate or prepare our financial statements, our financial reporting, leading to a lot of inconsistencies in the financial reporting sector across Nigeria. So to improve the transparency and global comparability, FRCN mandated the adoption of IFRS. So it came in phases. We had the public listed companies first, and other significant public interest entities that were in 2012. And in 2013, other public interest entities, medium-sized ones, joined. Then in 2014, small and medium ones also joined in the reporting of IFRS. So most of that regulatory action by FRCN and the impact brought uniformity in financial reporting, aligning Nigeria with global accounting standards, which was good. And it helped harmonize the accounting regulation or the accounting space globally. Also enhanced investor confidence due to transparency and comparable financial statements. It also improved cross-border transactions and investments. Yes.
Network has been bad for the past 2 minutes. Let me go out and come back inside again. Network has been bad for the past 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. But Timothy, can you hear me? Even though you're on transit. Hello, Timothy, you are muted.
Yes, I can, sir.
Oh, okay. Julie is having network challenges hearing me, but since you can hear me clearly, it's fine. But was I breaking?
I can hear you clearly, sir.
Oh, okay. But was I breaking at a point?
You are breaking all through, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. But Timothy is saying he can hear me.
Timothy is muted.
Yeah, he spoke when you went out a short while. He just spoke. Yes,
Okay.
I was hearing me. Yeah. Even though he's on
I think it's my network.
No, even mine too.
Oh,
Mine too is a bit, because when you are speaking, you also break. So I think it's on both ends. Yeah. So maybe you call me back. Where did you hear me last?
Okay, now okay. I remember when you talked about the US standards.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I was talking about the harmonization and the coming of IFRS and the adoption of it in Nigeria in 2012. So I was saying that the public listed companies like PLCs and major public interest entities, government agencies, large ones, joined in 2012. Then we have others, medium size, joined in 2013. Then small and medium enterprises joined in 2014. These regulatory actions by FRCN and the impact culminated in uniformity in financial reporting, aligning Nigeria with global accounting standards. So we also had enhanced investor confidence due to transparent and comparable financial statements. There was no, maybe some people using SaaS and some people using IFRS. It was a uniform thing, and the alignment was good. It improved cross-border transactions, investment across different countries, as financial statements became internationally recognizable. Though there were challenges such as skill gap among auditors and accountants, additional compliance costs, and also resistance from local businesses showed the need for continuous training and retraining and regulatory support. So in Nigeria, the IFRS has come to stay to some extent, which is good and helps harmonize the accountancy profession. And if you look at a global case, that global case of Enron in the US brought the creation of the International Auditing and Assurance Standards Board, IASB, in 2001 after that collapse. The subsequent failure of the auditors, Arthur Andersen, led to the global scrutiny of the audit standards. At that time, different countries followed varying audit standards and practices, which allowed inconsistencies in financial reporting and oversight. So the impact was that the Sarbanes-Oxley Act was passed in 2002, and this strengthened audit oversight and enforced stricter compliance. The IASB was empowered to develop globally accepted auditing standards, GAAS, GAAS in the US. So greater emphasis on ethical conduct, professional skepticism, and auditor independence was what it culminated in. And the Enron scandal reinforced the need for a harmonized global approach to auditing. That scandal, it really broke in the US, leading to widespread adoption of that ISAs that we talked about, International Standards of Auditing, and also cross-border regulation cooperation. So the key takeaways now in looking at this harmonization is the global alignment of audit standards. The adoption of IFRS, ISAs ensures uniformity and comparability in financial reporting. Another key takeaway is we look at strengthening auditor oversight. So the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria provide guidelines ensuring compliance with international best practices. And also continuous professional development, like I've always spoken about the ICAN's MCPE, mandatory continuous program of education where accountants and auditors must adapt to evolving global standards through regular training and certification. Like the coming in of new IFRSs, you have to be trained to be able to work with it, understand its implementation. And these two scenarios I just painted, adoption of IFRS and the Enron scandal, highlights how harmonization of accounting and auditing fosters trust, enhances financial transparency, and reduces risk the big risk of corporate scandals. This is very, very, very important. That corporate scandal is where the challenge is, and to some extent, it has mitigated it and brought those scandals we had at least to a BRS minimum, which is very good. Okay, so having looked at that, let's do our test quiz quickly before we go on a short break. Okay, so which of the following is the primary role of IFAC? You even asked of IFAC. So what is their role? A, to set accounting and auditing standards for individual countries. B, to regulate the auditing profession internationally. C, to enforce compliance with national accounting laws. D, to harmonize local tax laws globally. Which of the following is the primary role of IFAC? Is Julie there? Can you hear me? Okay, but you are far. Your voice is far. Okay, I can see Timothy. Timothy chose A, but your voice is far. As if your mic, you're far from the mic. Timothy chose A. He said to set accounting and auditing standards for individual countries.
To enforce compliance with national accounting laws.
Okay, you chose C. I'm choosing C. Okay, you see. So Timothy A. Number 1, Timothy A. Julie C. Let me go write it down so that I will not forget. All right, Timothy A. Julie C. AC. All right, number 2. Which is one key advantage of adopting global auditing standards for multinational companies? One key advantage. A, increased tax rate for international companies. B, improve efficiency in audit process or audit processes. C, decrease transparency in audit report. D, simplification of local audit practices. Which one is a key advantage? What is one key advantage of adopting global auditing standards for multinational companies? What's our pick?
B, 2B.
Okay. So Julie B. Timothy, what's your pick? Timothy, are you there? What's your pick for number 2?
Timothy, I'm muted.
You even sent in the chat box earlier.
Yes, I already sent in the chat box again.
Oh, okay. Okay. Check it out. Okay, number 2, he chose B also. All right. B. Both of you B. Okay, we'll see. And number 3, what is one challenge of achieving international agreement on auditing practices? A, the need to align local laws with global auditing standards. B, the absence of auditing standards in some countries. C, the focus of auditing in financial performance or on financial performance. The focus of auditing on financial performance. D, the global acceptance of auditing firms' practices. What is one challenge of achieving international agreement on auditing practices? What's our pick?
A.
Okay, the need to align local
3A.
3A, okay.
A. You are muted, sir.
Apologies.
Yeah,
Apologies. Oh, okay. I didn't know I was muted. Okay. So let me check if he has put it in the chat box. Number 3. Okay, he chose A too. All right. That's fine. So let's move. Number 4. Which of the following is one of the rules of the Financial Reporting Council in the UK? Number 1, to set taxation rates for business. To oversee compliance with auditing standards. C, to regulate local stock exchange. D, to establish auditing firms across the country. Which of the following is one of the rules of the FRC in the UK? What's your pick, Julie? Julie, are you still thinking?
It's 4B. B.
Okay.
Sleep just swam through my eyes.
Just flashed.
Sleep flashed.
Sleep flashed.
Flashed.
Sleep flashed. I understand.
A second. 4B.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And the sleep just steals just 1 minute, no, 5 seconds, just steal 5 seconds away. And that 5 seconds is a lot.
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry, we'll soon go on break now so that at least you take a 10 minutes good nap.
Now,
So,
yeah.
yeah. All right, Timothy, we're waiting for you. What's your pick? Number 4. Which of the following is one of the rules of FRC in the UK?
Sorry, sir, can I have the options?
Yes, to set. Okay, you're not seeing my slides.
Yes.
Oh, okay. To set taxation rates for business. A. To oversee compliance with auditing standards. B. To regulate local stock exchange. C. And D. To establish auditing firms across the country. Which of the following is one of the rules of FRC in the UK? So what's your pick? Or you put it in the chance box? Okay, B. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. All right, finally, let's go for the last one, which has been suggested as a necessary step to balance the global power of the Big Four auditing firms. A. Increasing competition among international auditing firms. B. Stricter regulation from external authorities like SEC and FRCN or FRC. C. Relaxation of auditing standards to simplify the process. D. A shift in focus from auditing to consulting services. What's our pick? What has been suggested as a necessary step to balance the global power of the Big Four auditing firms?
I think it's B.
Okay.
Sorry, sir, the options again.
Okay, increased competition among international auditing firms. A. Stricter regulations from external authorities like the SEC and FRC. Relaxation of auditing standards to simplify the process. A shift in focus from auditing to consultancy services. So Julie took B.
Yeah.
Julie, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you pick? What's your pick? Okay. He also picked B. All right. So we are done. So let's look at our answers. Number 1, which of the following is the primary role of IFAC? So we both failed it. Somebody, you said A and another person said C. So the person that said A is wrong. Why is it wrong?
The international. Oh.
Yes. So A, IFAC provides global standard, but not set country specific or level accounting, or does not set specific country level accounting and auditing standards. C, compliance enforcement is handled by local bodies, not IFAC. Exactly. So the answer is B.
Number 1, after that, was I dreaming? Sleep was still in my eye. No, one C and comply for example. What it concern? Hey,
Exactly.
when you said C, you were saying C, Julie
Uh,
C. I see maybe you did not see well. God. How could I thought it was sleep? It was sleep, honestly.
I guess as much. Timothy, what happened now? You went and picked. Julie picked A. You picked C.
No, I picked C, he picked A.
Oh, he picked A. Okay. All right. We need to take a nap. Actually, we need to take a nap. All right. So that's a good one. At least it's a good try. We understand
to
better.
regulate the auditing profession internationally. That's one of the primary role of the international.
Exactly.
Oh,
so that's the rule. Yeah. Okay. So number 2, I believe everybody got this one. Yes. Which one key advantage of adopting global auditing standards for multinational companies? So we all got it. B. Yes, adopting global auditing standards helps streamline the audit process for multinational companies, improving efficiency and consistency across different countries. So good, kudos. Number 3, everybody got these too. Which one is the challenge of achieving international agreement on auditing process? The need to align local laws with global auditing standards. Yes. Good. The key challenge in harmonization of auditing standards globally is ensuring that countries update their local laws to be consistent with international practices. So that's correct. Number 3, both of you got it. Number 4, everybody said B. Correct. Which of the following is one of the roles of FRC in the UK to oversee compliance with auditing standards? Exactly. The FRC in the UK is responsible for setting and enforcing auditing and accounting standards, ensuring compliance with it. So correct. Finally, what has been suggested as a necessary step to balance the global power of the Big Four auditing firms? Stricter regulation for external authorities like SEC and FRC. So to balance the Big Four auditing firms or their influence, stricter regulations by external authorities such as SEC and FRC has been suggested to ensure fairness and accountability. Exactly. Okay, so you guys go 4/5. And this is nice. So 80%. This is commendable. That's good. Yeah, 80% is good. Consistently like this. And I hope you hit 80% in the exam. That would be very good. ICAN will just tell you to come and take prize.